It's no secret to people that know me that Berserk is my favorite manga, but my favorite anime, the usual answer would probably be Cowboy Bebop, which I will admit is one of my favorites. But the truth is, I don't really have a favorite anime. One thing's for sure, if I did, Devilman Crybaby would be a hell of a contender. A show I feel many people would write off as weird, over-sexual, and creepy. I and others find a story of love and sadness. Let me be clear, these thoughts and takes that I have about the show are just my opinion and what the show means to me. Now that that's out of the way, enjoy. For those of you that don't know what Devilman is, let me break it down for you. The Devilman manga was first released in 1987 by writer and illustrator Go Nagi, and was later developed into an anime, Devilman. By the way, the original Devilman sub is something else.
You pig! I couldn't stand not having a bath every day.
Let me know next time. I'll soap your tits for you. Whoa, hey!
Then developed again in 2018 by director Masaki Yusa. I don't know how to pronounce it. Now I'm gonna be honest and say I don't know shit about the original anime and manga, so I don't consider myself a fan of Devilman. I just really fucking love Devilman Crybaby. From its biblical references to its overall theme of love and sadness, or to its fucking banging soundtrack. This is why I love Devilman Crybaby. Something I feel that doesn't get enough love is the art style. The art isn't the most detailed art style or even really all that crisp, but it's definitely to me one of the most stylized animes. Now I've heard people say that it looks like a kid drew it. And true, it's not for everyone. It isn't as eye candy as some other animes, but I just think that it's really unique. I really don't think there could have been a way to achieve the same feelings and vibes with something more detailed. Now, I'm very appreciative of detailed animation and manga. I mean, my favorite fucking manga is Berserk, and some of my favorite anime is the most detailed shit ever, like Cowboy Bebop and Naruto, old school Naruto, fucking all that shit. Got good ass art style. But with Devilman Crybaby, I think the stylized art style perfectly matches the craziness of the demons and the overall ideas of the show. It's just, I simply cannot fathom or imagine Devilman Crybaby with any real other different art style because of how crazy it is. Like, I think about it, the demons, all their morphings when they merge with other animals and stuff, that shit just look good with this art style. It looks crazy. you know the little anime titties too is a little side benefit, but and honestly, this is coming from someone who loves detailed shit like Berserk or Gantz. Just look at some of these scenes. You can't tell me this shit ain't beautiful. There's only one thing that I love in anime more than a good ass art style, and that's an even better soundtrack. It doesn't take a master's in music theory to appreciate good fucking music. The dark synthy sounds and bass lines perfectly match with the imagery of Devilman Crybaby. I feel like I'm in hell driving an all-black R32, this shit bumping in the background. Oh god, man, don't even get me started on this choir shit. It got me. In all seriousness though, when I first watched this anime, I found myself completely stuck and sucked in by the OST. I couldn't stop playing it even months after. The music is intoxicating and infectious. While shit is going down in the background, you just can't help but. You hear people always coming away from any certain movie, show, and anime talking about how good the soundtrack was. That's because more often than not, movies, especially shows, don't often have soundtracks that are interesting. Honestly, most of the anime I watch always have the same generic fight songs and intros that are good and all, but I prefer to have the actual soundtrack be as good or even better than the intro song. Now, I'm not just claiming other animes or shows soundtracks to be shit. I'm just saying Devilman Crybaby's soundtrack really breathes and is a meaningful part of the anime. But then again, that Shrek 2 soundtrack though. Devilman Crybaby is a story about Akira Fudo fusing with the demon Amon to become Devilman and rid the world of demons with Ryo. But we learn at the end, Ryo's entire plan was to resurrect the demons as the main species and have Akira fuse with the demon Amon to keep him alive and live with Ryo in the new world. Obviously, that's not what Ryo wants. A quite simple yet interesting story, but that's just the story in the simplest tellings. There are plenty of real emotions that radiate off the characters, real emotions that feel genuine. I never felt like their motives the characters had were disingenuous or badly written. For example, one of the rapper guys disappears after going to a Sabbath party with Miki, and being that it's a Sabbath party, he dies. Now, it wasn't her intention or want to have him killed, but his friend that notices his glasses in her bag doesn't know that. As far as he knows, she killed him. This establishes a motive for what soon comes. It's little things like this that make the show's story so good. Another part I was feeling very interested in was the demon Silene and how it's made clear to us by Ryo that demons can't love, yet somehow these demons do. Silene lusts over Amon, but when she's about to meet her end, who was there for her? And who was always there for her? And you can see the acknowledgement of love in her eyes and what she vows to do to revenge him. This establishes early on that love is a main theme of Devilman Crybaby. Devilman does exclude a lot of nihilistic thoughts, such as humans are stupid, weak, gullible, ignorant, and sometimes just straight up evil. But at the end of the day, love does exist. Humans with goals and importance do exist. The world isn't entirely evil, and even when there is nothing left, love still exists. The way Ryo cries at the death of Akira is love and sadness. The way this guy, who I still don't know the name of, loves Silene, the way Akira loves Miki, and the way the father protects the demon son, even though he ate the mother. That's love, baby. Even the way God sends Satan, Ryo, down from heaven to earth is love, as fucked up as it may be. A take that's related to Devilman that interests me is that hate is not the opposite of love, but sadness is. A person that is hateful deep down inside is probably really sad. And throughout the ending of Devilman, Satan is hateful towards humans for being weak. You can't tell me it's a coincidence that the most hateful person ends up the most sad at the end. Devilman Crybaby can be dark at times and can scare off people into this type of anime, which is kind of sad, because if people open up their minds a bit, they wouldn't be disappointed at what they saw. A freelance writer, Jason Krell, puts it the best way I think there is to put it. What I think this aspect of Devilman Crybaby teaches us is this: while people are capable of horrible things, we must remain to seek love in our lives that will often mean giving and accepting love from others. But it will also mean learning to cope with the sadness that inherently comes along for the ride. And that is why I love Devilman Crybaby. Later, bitches.
Racks on me, tell her roll with me. Get cold in the flat, come roll with me. Hey, yo, dumb bitch wanna roll with me. Hey, dumb bitch tryna roll with me. Tracks at least tryna flex on